Alright guys, so as you guessed it, Captain Polar has been buffed-ish. And what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about what changed with the character and give you 3 very simple tips and tricks to play this character and try to get some value out of him. So the changes that happen to Captain Polar go like this. Captain Polar's ability is a bit too difficult to use effectively. In theory, while continually shooting, it should allow you to shoot up to 11 shots, but it really seems to only get 4 to 5 uses. Increasing the duration as well as the fire rate a bit should make it more effective. Well, we'll talk about that. Recon Rifle, increased rifle rate by 70%. Laser Bolt, increased fire rate by 70%. Increased duration by 13%. Alright guys, so what do these changes mean? Basically, they're trying to make a sniper able to be played. That's kind of what this comes down to. And with Captain Polar's case, he's always kind of a tricky one because he's very inconsistent. What do I mean by that? Well, headshots vary. For instance, usually it's 104 to 124, which makes no sense whenever it's a sniper rifle. And body shots are always the same at 64 at level 10. So it's very, very weird to try and think about this. Now, it does seem the farther away, the more damage he does, but that's kind of a footnote. Now, let's talk about the first tip we have for Captain Polar. First tip is positioning. Captain Polar is extremely squishy and requires a very skilled hand to use correctly. What does that mean? It means that he does not live long if cards get too close. So you need to position yourself to maximize the effectiveness of this card. That means playing range. He does have the ability to reach and get anybody on the field at any position, so use that to your advantage. It does require you to really focus in on your aiming though, so just keep that in the back of your head whenever you're playing this particular Arctic warrior. Overall guys, positioning is hard to learn sometimes, but it will really help you with this card, and I think you'll find it to be pretty effective as well. Now that's going to bring us into tip number 2 for Captain Polar. And it goes a little something like this. Headshots. Headshots are your friend. It is the only way you are going to deal the damage really needed to really hurt people in this game. 116 to 146 is the headshot damage, which, like I said, I don't understand why there's a difference, but there is. And it's important that you hit those headshots as much as possible, especially if you're going to deal with the cards currently running around the meta in Frag and running around the arena in Frag as well. Overall, guys, headshots not too difficult to learn. You just kind of pick a height, you stay at that height, and you move left to right. Very, very easy to do. So that's going to bring us into our final tip for Captain Polar, and it's very, very simple. That goes like this. Don't play this card. This card does not have what it takes to be used in the current Frag game. We're going to talk about that more here in the next game, but take my advice. Don't waste your time playing Captain Polar. Let's move into a Street Frag match, and we're going to explain to you why this update does not work for this card. And here we are with a little bit of Street Frag, guys. So, why does this update not work for Captain Polar? The simple thing with Captain Polar, the simple answer for Captain Polar is this. To fire his primary rifle, it takes too long to reset, basically making you vulnerable to whoever wants to get you, and you are not going to one-shot anybody, making you an easy target for whoever's getting into that range that they can engage you. Captain Polar's effectiveness just is not there. That on top of the fact that he does not have a hit scan sniper rifle, you have to lead your shots to him. He has bullet travel. This makes it incredibly pesty. It's not like Longshot and Zap Girl, where you just kind of put the crosshair dead on where you want to hit. No, this card you have to lead a little bit. And that's going to cause problems as well for a card that has this particular playstyle. That combined with relatively low damage numbers and an extremely low health pool lead to a card not being very effective in the Frag Pro arena. Now, something people don't talk about enough with Captain Polar that they should is whenever you are ADSing with the scope, it jumps really, really bad, and it's going to cause most players to try and reposition jumping on that jump. Even though it will return to neutral, it will jump out of that, and it's going to make people incredibly uncomfortable. This really hurts this card as well on the performance factors for the thing. The other thing that makes no sense with this card is why does it do less damage the closer you are? That does not make sense, Frag. I understand you may be going for something unique, but this is not the card to do it on. It does not fire fast enough to recover. And overall, the things that need to happen with it go much the same. It needs to fire faster, needs to be a hit scan, and it needs to have more damage. That is what's really wrong with Captain Polar, and that's what we want to see changed. So overall, this particular change, this buff, really wasn't a buff. You're not going to notice it at all. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on Captain Polar below, and I will see you legends next time. Bye-bye.